Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Well, I hope. Well, I hope. We're going to talk some football. And I got about, what do I have? I have at least 30 minutes at the minimum. We should be fine. We're going to get into it in a second. CP3, where you at, Broham? Because you know it's Wednesday. Let me see. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hold up, hold up. I don't ever have my stuff together. I'm going to talk about who won and who lost their conference championship games and who is going to the Super Bowl, which is February 8th. So, what is that? What's today's date? So, that is next weekend. That is next weekend. I hope you all have had a good day and you're having a good day. My day's been okay. It hasn't been a bad day. I'm just ready to dip. Dip, baby, dip. So, first, we'll talk about the Rams and the Seahawks. And then we'll talk about the Patriots. And who do they go against? Hold up, big swole up. Yeah, the Broncos. To which they didn't do too shabby with their backup quarterback, but well, he threw 2 picks. Needed that. Needed that for something. Yay. Are you working? Are you on break? Or no? So I took my break late today. What's up, bro? Here. Are you able to hit the link or no? Or no? And I hope you've had a good day. I don't even know if you're working or not. Are you working today? Did y'all? How much snow did y'all get? Do you want to hit? No, ain't no point of you hitting the link then. If you only got a little bit of your break left. So we'll go over who won and who lost. And if there's anything particular you want to talk about, just put it in the chat. My little breakdowns be so whack because I don't even go like in depth. Just give the gist of it basically. And that's okay. Shoot. All right, so where we at? Last Sunday, which was the 25th, they had their conference championship games. So the Seahawks had went against the Rams, and they beat them 31-27. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Stafford is probably gonna get the daggone MVP. But you're not going to the Super Bowl though. But at least you get the MVP, I guess. Which I feel like Drake May should get it. So yeah. And who did I do you remember who I picked last week? Broham? I forget if I picked the Rams or the matter of fact, I picked the Seahawks because I said, if I'm not mistaken, I picked the Seahawks because I said I wanted to see them run it back and it'd be a little rematch. Because obviously I was going with the Patriots. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I forget for sure if I went with the Rams or the Seahawks. And who did you choose? I ain't picked nobody. Yes, I did. You tall Taylor. Why you telling tall tales? Remember that? Remember the commercial where it was we talked about this before. It always tickles me. It was a bubblegum commercial. They talk about how it gives you a clean mouth. So no, remember we came back on Friday and did it. We didn't do it that Wednesday. But then I had circled back on Friday. Don't play with me. I had circled back on Friday and we had did it. The Friday before their games on Sunday. Stop playing with me. You lint liquor. Don't be a lint liquor. Because I'm about to go and check. Yeah, I did it live on freaking Thursday. Stop playing with me. Not Thursday, excuse me, Friday. That Friday before. Because we didn't do it on the Wednesday. Yup. Hold on. Dag nabbit. Hold on. Matter of fact, why you keep playing with me? We had did that was 2 weeks ago when I didn't do the picks, but then I had came back that Friday. So we had did the live on Wednesday. I forgot to do the picks at the end because we just went over the results of everything. And I came back that Friday, but we did the divisional coverage last Sunday. I mean not last Sunday, last Wednesday, about a week ago. And we covered everything in one swoop. So stop playing with me. I just forget who I picked. Somebody didn't pick nobody. Why are you telling tall tales? I think I picked all jokes to the side, I think I did go with the I forget. But I want to say I went with the Seahawks because I said let's see what they can do if they run it back. You say you forgot? Yeah, see? Come on now. Who you calling a cootie queen? Yo, that shut the front door. I love that commercial too. You lint liquor. You know what other commercial tickles me? Sidebar. You know what commercial tickles me? I think it was like for like long distance calling or something. I forget what it was. Well, the dude, he was in a hospital and he was calling his father-in-law to tell them, about the baby and what they had or whatever, but he was trying to hurry up because the dad didn't play that collect call stuff. And so he said it's kind of like a jail tag. He did a jail tag. He was like, Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy. I forget what commercial that was. He said, Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy. He said it so fast. All right, anyway. my goodness. That's funny. Sidebar. Sidebar. So yeah, I went with the Seahawks because I said I wouldn't mind seeing them running back against my guys. Well, really not my guys. My other guys. Correction. Who did you choose? Because I forgot who you picked. I forgot. Hey, young Riaz. Good afternoon. You had Rams and the Pets. Okay. So you was wrong on your pick. So you owe me $30. But you was correct on your second pick. So because you was correct on your second pick, I'll take $10 off and you just will pay me $20. You said I'm doing good, fam. That's what's up, man. Pass for the W. Heck yeah. And that young man made history. Cause what was it? 6 or 9 games undefeated or something like that. I forget exactly what he did, but he made history. Young man, young man. I feel like Drake May should get the MVP. All right, so we went over the Seahawks game, and then we had the Pats versus the Broncos. I went with the Pats, duh. And you went with the Pats too. I wish other people was in here that was here for that live last week so they can remind me of what they chose. But that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, that was 10-7. They did a little better than what people, because Stephen A, he was talking crazy. He said, what did he say? He said if the Patriots would have lost to the Broncos with their backup quarterback, that would have meant like their whole season was null and void. And I'm like, you sound stupid. But ever since Max called him out when he did his little interview and basically spoke on things real quick for the first time, and he said like Stephen A don't ever have no outside of the box takes. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? Because if they would have lost this game, that the whole season would have been needing to go out the window. I don't agree with that. Hey, little runt buddy. What's up? Good afternoon. Yeah, I didn't agree with that take at all. At all. And my thing is a backup is a backup, but you don't know the type of work they put in because it literally is next man up. And that's just how this thing go. I'm not trying to hear, oh, it was the backup quarterback. None of that. Next man up. When you is backup, your only job is to stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready, and you stay ready in case something go left. That's it. But we definitely need them picks that he threw. You know what I'm saying? Seattle smashing New England for that bogus call in 2015. Let's get back for beast mode. No, that and listen, that was their coach and their quarterback that made that decision to throw that ball instead of having him run it. So it just was what it was. Huh. But I'll tell you what's crazy work. The same dude that caught the ball for the Patriots that got them that game. I don't know what he did to make Bill mad or whatever the case may be, but I want to say, what was it? Maybe the following year? Because I think they ran it back, if I'm not mistaken. And it was either for the Super Bowl or for a very Malcolm Butler. And because they had went to the Super Bowl the next year, right? They ran it back, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know what he did or what was said or done, but he totally benched him, which was bullshit. And I want to say it was for the Super Bowl, but he did him dirty. Was it Super Bowl or that or was it Super Bowl? I know he benched him. I forget if it was the Super Bowl or if it was like just a very important game. But I'm like, damn. And because he Bill, he ain't give no reason because he ain't got to, not publicly. But shit, he just got snubbed for the Hall of Fame, and I don't. What more do you want from me? Like, what more would a NFL coach have to do and accomplish to be first ballot Hall of Fame? How does that work? How does that work? Say he's a choke artist. I don't know about him being a choke artist, but I don't like to see him going out as a journeyman at this point. But hey, you gotta get it how it come. You got a family to feed, baby. So we going to this team, we going to this team. We going to that team, we going to that team. What's good? Seattle beat Denver in 2014 and lost to New England in 2015. Denver beat Carolina in 16. Mm. You know who I would like to never have coach another team, whether college, wherever? Chip Kelly. I wouldn't mind if he never coached a day in his life. You said it was a playoff game. Don't remember which one it was. So maybe it might have been the game that would determine who is going to the Super Bowl. I was just like, damn, Bill cold blooded, ain't he? Probably something as simple as him being late or something. I never thought I would see the day that Bill would allow some new how do we say this in an appropriate way? Some new Twain have him open like that. He done got separated or divorced from his wife and got himself a young thing and just be out here acting unbillish, acting unbill like. The guy who messed up Jamarcus Russell career, Lane Kiffin, should never coach again. I'm telling you, I- Chip Kelly, and really it's on our owner too because why would you let him come in there and be okay? He's head coach, but number one, he's from college, but okay. But no, head coach and GM and completely messed our stuff up. But thank God for Howie. 'Cause Howie gonna get it done. He gonna do his part. I don't know what Jeff was thinking. My name Jeff had Jeff was bugging, but Howie does his thing. You mean you're not gonna be quiet? Howie definitely does his thing, but it's not about us right now because we didn't make it. But we are just talking football. What do y'all think about that? Even though he don't coach the Patriots no more, but they're going to the Super Bowl again. What do y'all think about Bill getting snubbed for a Hall of Fame for first ballot? And I wonder what went into them voting no. I don't understand. Like, why would they do that? That's mean. CP3, what you think about that? Runt Buddy, what you think about that? Cloud Dweller, what you think about that? Hey, Cutting Edge, what do you think about Bill Belichick getting snubbed for first ballot Hall of Fame? I think that's quite messed up because you can just tell it's politics. When certain players or coaches get snubbed, you can pretty much tell if it's politics or not, depending on their accomplishments and what they have achieved throughout their career. Bill messing with that young girl, call him some flack. And this is why I don't like when they consider off the field stuff when it comes to this, as long as it's not no like legal mess. Like that's his prerogative. Now I did say not too long ago that I never thought I'd see the day where he would allow some new twang to have him be have his nose wide open. But it be like that sometimes. Cause he was doing an interview and the interviewer had asked him about the chick or whatever because she was right there. And she hopped her little butt up and said, "We're not talking about that." And it's like, hold up, lady. Nobody came to see you, Otis. I'm interviewing him. You really don't even need to be here. But, and mind you, this is the same Bill that didn't want his players doing any type of real interviews or really talking outside of the box. Everybody had to walk the line, so to say. So it's definitely interesting, but hey, I don't think that should have kept him out of the Hall of Fame for the first ballot. Quite a slap in the face to me. Always be politics getting in the way, much like anything, Miss Vin. Yeah, you know how that ish goes. R. Kelly won't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame either. Mm, mm. And I just seen who was it? I think it's Ticket TV, but I didn't click on it. Talking about Bill Cosby and something going on with his releasing or whatever the case may be. You said personal life matters. Yeah, if it's like I said, something legal or like something major. Him having some young twang don't really mean too much. Especially since I don't think it was like a big scandal. Like, oh, he's cheating on his wife, left his wife for the young girl. Which that very well may be the case, who knows, but we're not privy to none of that. Character matters, I agree. I mean, and what more do they want from him though? He tried to drill some character into the players. Get out of here. And have them, subscribe to the quote unquote Patriots way. So I just think that's messed up. Because what did he do that really warranted that? He got a young girl. I mean, really, what's good? Dang, Bill. but he'll be all right because he was cold blooded in his own way. I still would like to know, why did you bench Malcolm Butler? Why did you do that, son? That was so messed up. What did he do? That See how that works sometimes? What did Malcolm Butler do to warrant being benched for an important playoff game like that? After basically, which not basically, helping them win a Super Bowl. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, that tickles me. But that's what happens when the opposing political party is weak and they lack the ability to relay their message properly. You end up getting a president with multiple felonies. You know, messaging matters. Lamar Jackson is on his way out too. And I was talking about how their coach was tight. He got done dirty apparently. But then they try to say that Lamar Jackson had, if I'm not mistaken, they try to say that he had a hand in it. And we talked about this. Their owner came out and said he ain't have a hand in nothing. He don't got no say in nothing. We was getting rid of the coach regardless if they won the game or not, what the result was going to be. I mean, yeah, if he's not playing up to par, it just is what it is. The show must go on. That's just the name of the game. And they know that. And if they don't know that, they should. And it'd be unfortunate stuff that happens, like they'll just buy a house or something like that, then told, oh, yeah, we traded you to the other side of the country. And that's if they even get told. They may just click on ESPN, and that's how they find out. And then they hit their agent up like, yo, what's good? It's messed up. But that's just the way they listen, that's just the way the game goes. The same way regular Joe and regular Jane, if their job, depending on the type of work they do, if their job feels like they're not up to par and they want to get rid of them, they're going to get rid of them. And they're either going to just get cut loose, or if it's a set contract, they might feel like how um, other places, how NFL teams feel, and it's like, yeah, we'll just take it on the chin, pause. It's worth, even though we still have to pay you, it's still worth getting you out of here to get somebody else in here. And that's just the way the game goes. The only difference is it's at a higher scale for them. But that happens to regular folk all the time. If they're not cutting it, they're not cutting it. You know? And at least for them, when they get traded, that other team is picking up their contract. Some people lose their job there, getting traded, you just lost your job. And like I said, depending on what the type of job or career was, there may or may not be a severance package. That's where managing your money comes in hand. You know? Well, buddy, where was you at yesterday for Tantaria Tuesday? Because we could have talked about Presidente and what he got going on his Debo ish, going around kidnapping presidents and whatnot. That's a wild boy. Straight Deboing. I remember, I think it was his last presidency. He was doing an interview. Either was coughing or sneezing, and he gonna stop the interview mid interview and and say to them like, "Yeah, can you go do that out there? Can you go do that out there?" I don't know how we ended up with this guy, but we did because everybody was so scared to go third party. You know, scare money don't make no money, but whatever, whatever. He definitely don't care, especially now. Mm-mm-mm. Either way, regardless who's in there, everybody gotta do what they gotta do. You gotta do what you have to do for you and yours on a daily, regardless who's in there. That's a fact. That is a fact. Let me try to look up how he made history because I keep saying the young man made history, but I'm not saying what it is he did to make history. And I don't know if it's just Patriots history or just in general. Let me see. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see. What the heck with the pop ups? Get out of here. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to hear that easy schedule mess. Like, listen, any given Sunday, Thursday, or Monday, they all professionals. They all have the same opportunity to get whoever they need to get, make it do what it do. I'm not trying to hear that crap because nobody holds that argument when it's their team that's doing their thing. Like, shut up. I don't care. Let me see. Is this even the right thing? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna be mad with. Mm, Dagnabbit. I can't find it, but just know the young man made history. I have to find it and then come back. Maybe put it on my wall or something. I forget, but whatever. Anyway, who's the two people that's still rocking with me? Appreciate everyone that came through, whether you stayed, whether it was real quick, whether you just hit the like button one time for the one time. And I hope everyone's been having a good day. And look, you gotta take your wins when you can. I know some of y'all have a short week this week because of all this snow. Y'all didn't have to work. So even though snow is annoying, you know, you had an extra day or two to spend in your home with your family, and hopefully your money wasn't affected too badly by that. So you may or may not have a short week this week. And it's like I said, it's Wednesday and we're halfway there. So shout out to everyone who's had a short week this week due to the weather. And shout out to the men that's still men that got out there and shoveled some snow. Because that's never fun. So big ups to y'all. You know, you got some men that ain't beat for doing manual labor. He said they're just gonna hire somebody to do it, and I beat, which is cool too. But I respect the man that's gonna bundle up and go out there and take care of that one time. And I don't know. Did y'all see? Have y'all been paying attention to the weather or no? Because at first they were saying we was gonna get some snow, some more snow this weekend. Then they were saying it's rain. So I'm not sure. At least for my area. Let me see. Yeah, potential nor'easter. Nor'easter. I hope it skips though, because I'm good. I don't want any more daggone snow. It's freaking cold, man. Like, why is it 20 degrees? 20 degrees, but it feels like 12. What are we doing here? What the freak? I'm about to get off of here. Who are the two people that are still here with me? Are y'all busy and can't say, I'm still here? Either way, appreciate everyone that came. Appreciate everybody's time. And I hope y'all have a good day. And I hope the Patriots win the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about it after the game. Bye.